Hello.
Now they can hear me because I had to unmute my mic. All
Good
right, so
job.
yeah, I'm so good at my job that I don't get paid for. Oh, so how are you doing, buddy?
Doing well.
You mentioned before you have little things to talk about. I'm gonna let you
Oh,
start.
guess what I found today?
What did you find?
On a trip to Walmart, I finally found Final Fantasy VII.
Really? They had it
Yes.
in stock? That's
They had like
fantastic.
three copies. Hold on.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how much have you played?
Um, I am to the laser grid in first Mako reactor. I haven't gotten very far.
Okay. I mean, to be fair, you're probably gonna surpass me pretty quickly because I'm spread out between so many games at the moment.
Yeah, I'll probably switch from um I'll probably switch to that from Stardew Valley. Sykes in the chat.
He is. I would be disappointed if he wasn't. How you doing, Psych? And it's okay. You didn't get a chance to work on the overlay. It's fine. As soon as you get the overlay, I'll refix the video cropping because I forgot to save cropping from what night was that? Friday, I think. I think that was
Was
Friday,
it something like that?
or it might have been Saturday night actually. Since I'm off on Sundays, it had to have been no.
Was it Sunday night?
Yeah, I think it might have been Sunday night. No, it couldn't have been Sunday night. Might have been
Monday
Monday
night?
night. Monday night sounds right.
I
Cause I,
don't remember
cause
either.
I didn't work, and Tuesday's a backstock day at work, so I would have been up late, and then I stayed up extra late. Yeah, Psych said I swear it's 2 nights ago. So you can see I don't have to fucking read it out, but yeah. So yeah, that was 2 nights ago, and no worries. That's why we're calling this the pre-alpha 2.0.
Yeah.
So next week is alpha release, and then the week after that hopefully will be beta, and then from that we'll call it good. I figure we can start adding clean audio, maybe beta,
Yeah.
because I figure getting overlays is alpha, then beta's we're getting close to release. If we have to do a couple versions of beta, then we can do a couple versions of beta.
Yeah.
Hey, no worries. Take your time. I mean, we can still do a full release without those overlays. We'll just do some betas. It doesn't really matter. We'll take our time. No pressure, good sir. No pressure. So, Sykes, since you're in the chat, and I mean, if you want, you can hop in audio, but obviously, I don't think you can since I saw your message on Discord. What have you been up to, Syke? In dead silence as we wait for Syke to respond.
As we wait for the chat to.
Can't currently took too long. I know. Well, in some fairness, Wednesday nights about this time is going to be this is going to be my time in general because like my kid Des didn't fall asleep till about he fell asleep about 8. There was continued silence starting at about 8:45, and then I watched the newest Let's Play Gmod, which was fantastic, while we were working on finding a good intro song.
Mm-hmm.
God, that intro song's good. Good find or good call on the free music archive, Splashly.
Hell yeah. We use it in class for projects and whatnot. If we need background music.
That's really good shit. I'm gonna have to use that more often. I'm just gonna go ahead and add that to my bookmarks. Done. So yeah, so you've been playing Final Fantasy VII Remake. And
Yes.
what Psych has done. You broke WoW and power leveled your druid. All right. You know what? Honestly, when I played WoW, druid was my class. So
I have played WoW all of like 30 minutes total in my entire life.
I liked WoW. The problem with me was that it took too long to get to end game stuff, and that's where I really wanted to go, was do all the end game fun things like the raids and that kind of stuff.
Mm, yeah.
And I want to splurge and spend the $55 or $60 to get all the expansions for Destiny 2 because I fucking love Destiny 2. I like a good looter shooter, which is why I loved the shit out of Borderlands, but I haven't touched it in months. And now that I have, I mean, realistically, I guess I could get Borderlands 3 for PC, but me, like I said
Mm,
earlier, I'm spread out through so many games at the moment. I just, yeah, yeah. Although
you need
I
to like pay it.
say what? What did you say, Splashley?
I was gonna say you need to pick some games, stick to those.
Yeah, well, like, so I was playing through Doom 2016 today and recorded that. So that, I mean, I'm still loving the shit out of that game. I mean, it's just fun. It's not meant to be super serious. There is some story, but it's, you
I
know,
mean, it's Doom.
it's Doom. But yes, if I get the Psych 2, if I get the Psych 2 DLC, yes, Psych, you have a sequel and DLC. But yeah, I will. Oh, that's tempting. I might, if you, I might just do that. Oh, that makes it really tempting, Psych. Psych 2 DLC, the audio engineer. If Psych has like a multi-computer setup, we could just make him our producer. Our
Yeah.
he can be our broadcast. The one-person broadcast team of Psych.
There we go.
He does it all, literally and figuratively. Um, so I don't know if we'll do it tonight, but I think once we get to the main stuff, I'll probably throw in some Twitch ads. I figure 30-second ad, 30, 45 minutes in, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. It's all good. It's like you, me, and Splashley, we're just all one big broadcast team together. If by broadcast team we mean, well, you know what I mean. Eye contact. I remember.
Yep.
I remember that eye contact.
uh, I mean, he's not in the video right now, so he can't be on top.
That's true.
That's his own fault.
Hey, like we said before, Splash is that power bottom.
It's true. It's
Mm,
true.
I'm not sure how that works, but I'll let you believe that, Psych. I need to add a button to my Stream Deck for podcasting. I need to add like a tweet button. But yeah, so like I played. So me, I've been playing. I obviously played Doom. Oh Jesus! And I haven't had a whole lot of time to play outside of I played what Rocket League are. Oh, okay. You got me. You got me there on that technicality. technically. But yeah, so I think tomorrow I'm going to play some Ori and the Blind Forest again in the afternoon. I think I'm going to play some more Portal 2, and we'll see how work goes. But I'm probably going to play either Spider-Man or Transistor tomorrow night.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'll probably be playing Final Fantasy VII tonight.
legit. Of course, what's really funny is I moved the PS4 out into the living room on Monday because obviously I had my son, and I think I talked about it, but yeah, I was playing Rocket League, and he freaking loves Rocket League. It's like as soon as it comes on, he just like wants to sit on my lap, and he grabs my old Dreamcast controller, and he just like kind of sits with it in his hand.
Nice.
Yeah, it's great. Kind of raising him right.
Here you go. So what else you want to talk about?
Dude, anything. Let me pull up a browser window. Let's pull up some news for... Well, he will be able to make that choice when he's old enough. If he wants to be a keyboard and mouse player, I will love him nonetheless. Oh, let's see here. Kotaku's dead. No, what were you going to say?
Well, I'm actually using my Amazon Fire for more than just comic books now.
I'm giving you this look, so I don't think I need to say.
I'm looking at the chat on the... See? Chat. Can't really see that. There it is. And I was watching Netflix on it last night.
Nice. Just Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay. Proud of you.
I use my phone for the other thing.
There's private browsing on your tablet too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but I got Chrome on the phone and I can do incognito.
You're not wrong. There we go. Doink. Okay.
I mean, in fairness, like, I started on Nintendo, and that's a controller.
It's true.
When I finally got a computer, I realized that keyboard and mouse is the superior way for all things.
Except for Rocket League. I will argue that to the end of the day. Actually, no, I won't, because keyboard and mouse, if you're really good with keyboard and mouse, you're good. There's something about keyboard and mouse that doesn't translate in my brain, at least with Rocket League. With pretty much everything else it does, but yeah. Oh, that's disturbing.
PlayStation 1. Yeah, I started on Super Nintendo. Probably doing that off camera. Yeah, the old Super. Still have the same Super Nintendo. Still works.
That's good.
Not set up right now. Have you watched Face Jam yet? Or listened to Face Jam?
I've listened to some of it.
God, it's so funny.
My issue with Face Jam, and maybe I just need to get it onto I just need to get it onto like my podcast listener on my phone, because I tried to, I put it on the Rooster Teeth app, and I was just kind of like, Oh, right. It's video, and as soon as I like lock my phone, it stops playing. I'm like, God damn
Yeah.
it. So I just need to put it on a podcast and listen to it. But like yesterday, all I was listening to was Reliant K Live, and it was, oh, so good. I was very pleasantly surprised when I saw that that was like a new album that they released.
Interesting. Yeah,
It's
I still have to check that out.
it's really good. I love a good live album. Like, for example, John Mayer, Where the Light Is live in Los Angeles, one of my
Hmm.
top 5 all-time favorite live albums. But then like Switchfoot has some live albums. I like them. It's mostly comes on like their deluxe editions, and then I mean just a band I like, if they have a live album, I guarantee listen to it at least once.
Yeah.
And I mean Reliant K has been one of my favorites since I was
Reliant K
like
is a
in
good
middle
band.
school. They're so good, and Matthew Thiessen's just a glorious songwriter.
I need to stop moving. Where's my fidget cube? I have no idea.
So I'm opening up Reddit.
I did acquire or fulfill some childhood dreams of mine.
Okay, I would like to know.
So I bought some of this that childhood me has wanted for years. I'll give you a first hint. Did that
Oh,
come through?
yes, it did. Did you get like a toy like oh, I don't remember what they called them in the show now. Yep. And you got red. Good, pretty good choice. The only other option's green.
This is green.
Is that green? Okay. Oh, right. The
Yeah.
logo's always red. I couldn't see the logo very well.
I have all of the all of the coins.
Nice.
I bought a collection of things. I have, let's see. Well, I already had the Green Ranger's dagger, but I got all the coins. I got the Green Ranger's morpher and his coin, and then the White Ranger's sword, and then I got their helmets that are wearable,
Ooh.
so I could cosplay Green or White Ranger if I wanted to.
Nice.
And I plan on doing Green Ranger at some point. I just now have to make the rest of the costume. But yes, I have a wearable Green Ranger helmet.
Nice. Should take that
Yeah.
to you should take that to RTX if that happens still.
Yeah. Yeah, if I can get a costume made by then.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at something in studio mode to see if it freaking works. But it's not capturing. God, that sucks. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Same executable. Oh, it just shows black. That's so dumb. Doink. Yes. Because I'm trying to see. So I'm looking at Reddit just for looking at news. That one guy passed away who I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Like Irfan Kafur. Irfan Khan.
Who is he?
Um, he was an actor. He was in Life of Pi.
Well, I never saw the movie.
He's in something else. Irfan. And I'm sure that's not how you pronounce his name. but I'm very bad at pronouncing names at times. Let's see here. What is he known for? Slumdog Millionaire. Oh, he was in Jurassic World, Masrani. So,
Oh, that guy.
yeah. He passed away of cancer today.
Oh, sad.
Right?
That's unfortunate.
I agree. And I swear I knew him from something else, but I think I'm just wrong. Yeah, because Jurassic
Look up
World.
his IMDb.
That's what I'm doing. Which is why I was really sad that I couldn't get the browser capture to work in IMDb. Or the window capture for Opera. He was in The Amazing Spider-Man as Rajit Ratha. So I might kind of know him from that.
Yes, I do remember that. I was going to say, I thought he was in someone else too. Yeah, Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man.
Tom Holland is a fantastic Spider-Man. However, Andrew Garfield was the epitome of high school Peter Parker.
I agree. I prefer the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man.
And, Amazing Spider-Man 2 was still good. It wasn't as good as the first, but...
Yeah. I mean, and I also think Amazing Spider-Man stayed truer to the comics.
Yeah.
Because, Tom Holland... Granted, Tom Holland does a great job. I like Tom Holland. But Peter Parker was a jokester.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he dated Gwen Stacy, was his first girlfriend. And what happened to her in the second movie was actually very correct to the comic.
Yep, that was one of my favorite things from that movie.
How long has that movie been out?
Amazing Spider-Man 2? I think...
Spoiler?
It came out in 2014. Yeah, because I remember...
So I can spoil it. Yeah, I knew the second movie, I knew the entire time that it was going to happen. I just didn't know when they were going to do it. And we get almost to the end of the movie, and I'm like, there's no way. Is she going to survive? Is she going to make it through this movie? And then she's at the top of that tower, and I'm like, no!
And you're just like, I see this happening. Crap.
I'm surrounded by people who have no idea what's about to happen, and I can see the future.
You are Doctor Strange.
No, I just know the comic books.
Yeah. And I was never, again, and I've talked about this before, I was never as faithful to the comics as some.
Yeah.
But, because I always have that issue with comic books is in that they just freaking A, man, they require so much money in a lot of ways.
That is true. Yeah, and most of my knowledge came secondhand from reading stuff online.
Yep. That's most of my current comic book knowledge is just basically, okay, something happens and I just kind of, you see a notification or an article on Facebook, it's like Comic Rant or whatever, and they do something and you go, okay, I dive down that rabbit hole bit, and then I do my Googling. I'm like, okay, now I understand what's going on.
Yeah.
You have zero comic books? That's fine. Most of my comic books are, because I went really hardcore on comic books in that would have been 2008. Yeah, because it would have been spring 2008, because I went hard on comic books after the first Iron Man movie came out. I went I mean, Splashly, you know me.
Oh
When I go something, I go 100% in,
yeah,
and I bought all the. I kept I kept up to date with like the amazing, Invincible Iron Man. I was
mm,
reading a couple other Iron Man related ones, but then I also picked up some Spider Man stuff. Then I picked up all the Civil War, and then I did Secret Invasion, and yeah,
yeah,
which since then I've basically found if I get into comics again, the only way I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna have to do like the uh, graphic novels basically. So like I have all the important Batman graphic novels,
yeah,
Watchmen, more I guess technically more of the mainstream graphic novels, but
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I see. That's another thing is that I mean they were kind of true to the movie or true to the comic books and all those movies, but you can't always do that.
yeah,
And like I know some people. I mean, there are some things that like you should do to um, some things you should keep true to the comic books, like the first three Spider-Man. They ruined Venom
just a bit.
because Eddie Brock and Venom are two entirely different beings. When Venom has control, Venom has control.
Yep.
Also, it irritated the piss out of me that that Tobey Maguire Spider-Man didn't have web shooters. It was like a whole gimmick in the comic books was he'd be in a battle and then all of a sudden he's out of webbing and
Yeah.
yeah. And then in the comic books there comes a point where he can shoot natural webbing. Well, and those other things, the symbiote suit, he didn't need the web shooters anymore because the suit did it for him.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's why I loved when the Amazing Spider-Man did web shooters. That was like my favorite part. I was like, I'm good to go. I'm sold on these movies. Are it's the little things.
It is the little things. So I know you see the chat, so it's like,
Yeah.
um,
We're gonna,
jokingly, and I don't mean this seriously, so I'm ruining the joke already, but I really don't give a fuck. Justice
Squirrel
League.
Girl.
Justice League for sure.
Who? What? Say that again.
Justice League for sure. But genuinely,
Oh, film.
honestly,
Oh, film. Oh, if we're going jokes, we're gonna go with Howard the Duck.
I mean, Howard the Duck. Oh my god. Um, I think
Speaking of things we should never ever talk about ever again.
Howard the Duck.
Yes.
Okay. Oh man,
Kidding.
best superhero film of all time.
Star Wars Christmas special.
Um, you know,
Um,
somewhere Harrison Ford's hair has just stood up on the back of his neck, and he knows he has to go kill someone. And fortunately, that person is you.
oh, by mentioning that the nerd gods have killed a cat girl in my honor as punishment.
um, oh god, I have such a hard one with that. I think
Best superhero film of all time.
I, I mean it's over. It's a year old at this point, so it's not entirely recency bias, but Endgame I think is probably my favorite. Prior to that, and I think this would be my number two, would be Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange was really good. Um, ooh, first Iron Man.
The first Iron Man is a classic.
I'm gonna list off some because I don't know that I could pick a best, but like a top, however many I end up saying. Iron Man, the first Iron Man. I'll throw it on there. First Amazing Spider-Man. Nolan's Batmans.
Yeah, that's
I mean, specifically, I would say Dark Knight.
absolutely.
I had another one in my head. I would also say Deadpool.
Deadpool's a worthy mention. I think that would be maybe fourth on my top 5.
Yeah, mostly because of how well Reynolds does the character.
Yeah, I mean Ryan
I mean, he
Reynolds
is
is Deadpool.
completely, yeah, he's completely true to the character, and it's amazing. It also depends on how you define superheroes.
Yeah, I mean because I could
The Crow.
The Crow. I haven't seen that confession. I've never fully seen through it. I've definitely seen parts.
I mean, there's not much to it. It's definitely a cult classic. Um,
I'm not a Hellboy guy, psych. I'm sorry.
which Hellboy? I haven't seen the newer one, but I really liked, and I really like Guillermo del Toro. Golden Army. I did enjoy that. I don't know if I would call it the best superhero film of all time, but
Yeah.
I did enjoy it a lot.
Man, because so
Um,
superhero film, you could. Because man, if this were comic book based, I would thoroughly throw in Scott Pilgrim.
I mean, yeah.
But since it's not, there's gonna be some repeats. Like I said, I think Endgame's probably my number one because there was a lot of personally just because there's so many payoffs for what
There were things
13 years
in,
basically.
yeah, there were things about it that I didn't particularly care for.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of little things, like the whole why he was doing it kind of seemed
I don't think it was that far off from the
lazy.
comics though.
It was.
It was okay.
So the reason in the comic books, the reason he does this is to because he falls in love with Lady Death, the embodiment of death.
Okay.
And so in order to try and win over her affections, he basically tries to sacrifice half of the universe to her. And then it
Um,
doesn't work because the way the Soul Stone works in the comic books, everybody who died by the Soul Stone gets trapped in the Soul Stone. And so, and then that's a big point of contention between Thanos and Deadpool is because he's also Deadpool and Lady Death also have a thing going. So that was in the comic books. That's why he did it, because he did it for a girl,
gotcha.
which
That's not. Then I would prefer his motivation in the movie then. Because at least in the movies, there's some logic to it. Like, no lies. That's why, like, with like the subreddit, like, "R Thanos was
I
right"
mean,
or something like
yes,
that.
yes, there's logic to it, but there is never logic to doing something outrageous for a girl who's never going to love you back.
Which is why the movie one would be better.
Also, okay, I'm gonna what bothered me the most about it, what I thought was the dumbest thing, and I know I'm going to get in trouble for this, and I know I'm going to get called sexist and whatever.
Oh, I hear it coming. I think I'm going to get the mute button ready.
So, and it's actually really not sexist because, first of all, Brie Larson is hot as fuck.
She could sit on my
Especially
face.
with that short haircut. Oh my god.
Mwah.
Whew.
She could sit on my face.
But I just thought, and I know, because I feel like they were pandering, and I'm going to use comic book logic to back up my. So the scene where Captain Marvel takes the gauntlet from Peter, he's like, "How are you gonna get through it? How are you gonna get through all those people, all those guys?" And who was it? Scarlet Witch or somebody was like, "She's not alone," and there was like all the female characters.
Yeah.
It's dumb because not like 5 minutes before that, Captain Marvel blew through Thanos' ship
Yeah.
without any effort.
I mean, she is a walking plot hole, honestly. Because as they put it, like she is like what the
She's
most
Superman.
powerful
She's
person in the
Marvel's
universe.
Superman. She's Marvel's Superman.
Yeah. And you can't there's like no way to stop her. So she's a walking plot hole, which in their credit, I think they did a halfway decent job of basically explaining this is why she wasn't here through
Yeah.
12 years of the MCU, but
Yeah.
that was definitely one of those things like, oh, you got all of us. No, just hand it to Captain Marvel and have her fucking
Yeah.
blow through everyone.
She blew through Thanos' like, oh cool, like all the girls are there. Yes, that's
Super woke.
Pardon me while I go, to the bathroom for real things. Um, Granted, the hottest character in all of the movies wasn't there.
Scarlet Witch was there.
Oh, there was someone hotter than Elizabeth Olsen. How dare you? How dare you?
Okay, true. She did die earlier in the movie, but yeah, that's fair.
Scarlett Johansson.
She could.
I mean, Brie Larson is hot too.
There's very few of the Marvel women that I would not let sit on my face.
That's true.
But the chances of that ever happening are,
right.
What's negative infinity?
Yeah.
I have a better chance of going into a black hole and surviving than that happening.
So to cover my ass, and to be totally honest, the pandering that scene did wasn't what bothered me. It was it could have been any lineup of characters that said she has help. Like, no, she just flew through Thanos' ship like it was a paper bag. Like, she doesn't need your help. The only one on the battlefield that could have stopped did try to stop her. And then where was everybody else? They didn't even help her with Thanos.
No, I have not, Psych.
I don't know if I've watched that one. I've watched some funny ones.
I'll have to find that. That sounds like late night material right there. So I'll just give my. I'm gonna try to think through my top 5, and again, like I said, I think Endgame's one. Like I want to rewatch that again just because I want to hear Captain America say "Avengers Assemble" with Mjolnir in his hand, and fucking feel
That wasn't even my favorite scene.
Oh no, the favorite scene is on your left.
No.
Really? What's your favorite scene?
The scene that I was waiting for was when Captain America first takes that.
Well, yeah.
Thor just goes,
I knew it. Yeah, I mean, we were all waiting for that. That was because literally Captain America, I think, is the only one in the universe that is worthy of carrying Mjolnir. Um,
Wrong.
at
Wrong.
least in the MCU.
Hey, in the MCU, yes. In the comic books,
No, but
um,
Valkyrie,
Black Widow, Black Widow can lift it.
interesting.
Actually, they explain why Captain America couldn't, and I think they explained it in the comic books. It's because for a long time his identity was based around war,
Yeah,
and so he wasn't worthy. Um, Black Widow, which I think the way that scene played out in Age of Ultron was a nod to that because she didn't want to, because of what she's been through and
oh,
why she was doing things. It's all about motivation and kind of what you've been through.
that okay.
Also, the Hulk can lift Mjolnir by pure brute strength.
Yes.
He's done it.
Okay, so back to my top five. Now that we've gotten
Okay.
sidetracked on Endgame again. Endgame one, Doctor Strange two. I would.
So it's like,
It's a close second. Like I was super. I won't. I'll get sidetracked on that in just a second. Um, three, I would say. Honestly, probably OG Iron Man. Four, absolutely Deadpool. And like I hate putting Dark Knight at five because Dark Knight is a masterpiece just in every sense of the word, with Hans Zimmer's soundtrack, with Christopher Nolan's directing, with honestly, I think Bale's Batman performance is really good in it. And you got Heath Ledger's the Joker. You got um, Blondie McDoodoo face, who the actor I can't remember his name now, and it's gonna kill me. But his performance as Two Face is just really good as well. It does a good job of showing his motivation and the I'll call it the de-evolution of his character.
yeah.
Um, so I think those would be my top five. Um, but my tangent regarding Doctor Strange is I have so many mixed feelings because I think I maybe mentioned this before, but Scott Derrickson's not directing Doctor Strange into the multiverse because he left the project, probably because he had creative differences with Marvel, and he's definitely a very he's he's a director who has a vision and he wants to do it that way, much like Edgar Wright is. And there's a reason why Edgar Wright did not finish. Thank you, Aaron Eckhart. Um, and there's
He
a
was in
reason.
Frankenstein.
And and like, cause I lost my train of thought. But the reason why dude who did Scott Pilgrim, whose name now just completely escapes me, um, like he was doing Ant-Man, and then he had creative differences, so he left Ant-Man, and it worked out great. But I think Scott Derrickson leaving Doctor Strange and the multiverse in the however in the Secrets of the Multiverse, I think is what it is, or into the multiverse madness, something like that. Um, it's disappointing, and this goes back to the OG Spider-Man, is that Sam Raimi is directing uh, the new Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness, or something like that. So I have mixed feelings because Scott Derrickson was second to none in his directing of Doctor Strange, but Sam Raimi is also a very good horror director. Like you can see that in the first Spider-Man, which was halfway decent, honestly, outside of the little big problems with Spider-Man as a character, right? As a director, you can see where he can shine in kind of the horror elements. and Doctor Strange and into the multiverse of madness or whatever they call it again is definitely meant to be kind of Marvel's first foray into borderline horror movie, which again Doctor Strange is the perfect character for that to do, and I think Sam Raimi can do it, but I'm super disappointed that's not Scott Derrickson doing it.
Yeah. Eh.
And also I just love Scott Derrickson because I think he is very brilliant, and I think that he does a very good way of putting himself into a movie and doing it in a way that is universal.
Yeah. I can respect that.
So, but yeah. So we're at 49 minutes. Psych, I'm just gonna
I mean, everyone knows X3 is the
X3's
best. I can't even get through it. That was just
no.
absolute garbage.
It was doggy doo-doo trash garbo of the worst kind. But
Although I did like the new incarnation.
oh god, yes.
That and what's his name?
Scott McAvoy.
Yeah. Um,
Or not.
no.
McAvoy.
McAvoy.
No,
He's such
McAvoy. Fassbender.
Oh no, McAvoy.
McAvoy. Okay, James
Well,
McAvoy.
Fassbender's a great. Yeah, Fassbender's a great actor, but James McAvoy is incredible.
He's very, very good. Although
And I mean,
they lost the plot with Armageddon, but
yeah, a little bit.
it is what it is. Everything leading up to that was very good, and at least they walked back X3, which was, mwah.
Yeah. Speaking of hot actresses, you like British shows, don't you?
I do.
Like British cinema. Have you ever seen Carnival Row?
I have not.
Bloom and Cara Delevingne. It's a I wouldn't call it pure. It's modern. Well, it's fantasy. Um, basically, in a world where gay folk are common.
You cut out there. What and what are common?
Fae folk, like fairies.
Oh, okay.
Like classical fae. Um, I don't know. I really liked it. I think you'd like it.
I will check that out.
You may or may not see Cara Delevingne's toplessness one or more times.
You'll have to message me the actual name of it on Discord or Messenger, and I'll check it out.
It's on it's on Amazon Prime, I think.
Damn. I might just okay, I'll check it out. Now I'm reminded of this movie because I'm looking at this at Reddit, and on r/Marvel Studios, someone did a quick little Mysterio drawing, and my God, I wish I could show that on screen easily without fucking everything up right now.
Speaking of Mysterio, I will say, as much as I think Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man is better, what they did with Mysterio was perfect.
It was amazing. And the go, sir.
especially the trailer and the setup. Like, I legitimately thought he was going to be a good guy from different, because they were playing with multiverse,
Yep.
and it was like, and as soon as you know the plot twist, as soon as you figure out that is Mysterio, that is exactly what and who he is, and it was glorious.
Yes, it was. I think that would be my number 6 movie, honestly. Because I think, I mean, it might have been. Oh, what was the? Because it was Homecoming. Homecoming was good. I really enjoyed it. It was fantastic. But Far From Home was great in every way. And maybe it was helped by a lot of the kind of, um, it was it was post Infinity War, so you kind of had a little bit of that, like, you were
Yeah.
just needing something, and here comes Spider-Man Far From Home, and you're like, yes! Although I guess Captain Marvel came out before that as well, but again, Captain Marvel was a good movie, not my favorite Marvel movie.
Yeah, not my favorite.
There are definitely some issues with it, but it was a fun movie. And
Yeah.
with most of the Marvel movies, I'm not looking for a cinematic masterpiece. I'm looking for a movie that is fun, gets me into it completely, does its job of separating me from reality while I'm watching the movie.
Yeah.
And they all do that well, and Captain Marvel did that very well,
I
and
mean,
it had some good laughs.
I do like Jude Law quite a lot.
Yeah, Jude Law's Jude Law. He's a hero.
I'd go gay for that man.
Not my type. I'm not a big bald. Yeah. Um, let's see here. That's funny. Uh,
Share with the class.
so on /r/Rooster Teeth again. I'm. I will share with the class after this 1 minute ad break, so I can fix video and see if I can get. Uh, see if I can.
Speaking of Rooster Teeth, did you see episode 2 of Last Laugh?
I did, and we'll get to that after this ad break.
Okay.
And shadoink. All right, we're on ad break. I need to try to fix this because I really, 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 really need ad block pog. You suck, psych, but we love you. Maybe if I do it in Edge. So I got 33 seconds. So when we get back, I'll have you vamp for a little bit while I see if I can get.
Vamp.
Yes. Got 19 seconds.
What do you want me to vamp about?
Talk about what you're liking about Last Laugh thus far, and I'll interject as I can.
Okay.
And we're back. Thank you guys for suffering through that ad break. We're going to talk about Last Laugh for a little bit.
Last Laugh
is. Oh, you might have frozen up. You might have frozen up.
No.
Okay, good. Whew. Oh, good God.
Back?
Yeah, you're back. I don't see your there we go. You're updating. There we go.
I was gonna say nothing changed on my end. I didn't touch a damn thing.
Unless Psych did something to you again.
Son of a bitch. Am I back now?
Yeah, you're there.
Okay. So as I was saying, Last Laugh, hilarious. I think for me the funniest part is listening to Jeff laugh at everything.
God.
I mean, John's whale tail was funny, but people stifling laughs. Chris is just. They talked about it on the last RT podcast too. Chris is just weird.
He is all sorts of strange.
Which I'm still waiting for Fiona to do something. She seems like she's kind of hiding and doing the angry Fiona thing to try and laugh. Which
Absolutely.
I'm waiting for that to play in. Um, I don't want to spoil it for anybody.
Eh.
All right.
Yeah, go.
I suppose if you haven't watched Last Lap and you plan on it, go do it. If you're listening to this, because spoilers. I can't believe spoilers starting now. Can't believe Michael got a life lost. He got caught.
I know. I was shocked.
Say what?
I was shocked.
I think it's I I also think it's hilarious when Jeff hits the button and immediately the person who did it knows exactly that it was. They're just like, "Yep, it was
Fuck.
me."
Yep.
I have a theory on who's been eliminated.
Oh, I'm 90% sure it's Lindsay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Cause
I went back, like I saw it, and I went back and watched it. I was like, all right, because he's like, someone got eliminated, and at the very end, he talks about. Notice that next episode, he talks about the three that have only one life left, and so I went back and watched all three of them in that moment, and it has to be Lindsay.
well, and they edited around it decently well, but they edited around it decently well, but in like the preview for the next week's episode, you see
Gus is
Gus
still there.
and you see Alfredo.
Yeah,
And I'm like, okay,
it's Lindsay.
it's Lindsay, which doesn't surprise me.
You can even without that, you can see because she walks across the room, and you can tell she's trying to hide it.
Oh yeah,
She's trying to play it off.
yeah, oh yeah. And again, I'm not completely unsurprised. Will be unsurprised if it is Lindsay because like, I mean, she is the wild card, but she's always been the type that she can make herself laugh, and she laughs at just about everything at Achievement Hunter for the most part. So it's like, okay, she's probably the first to go. Although Alfredo is a close second for like, I kind of thought he might go first.
I think Fredo's the next one to go.
Yeah.
I think Alfredo's the next one to go. I think someone else is going to go before Gus. I think Gus is going to pull himself together and last a little while. Who do you think will win?
Oh, who do I think will win? I kind of think Chris is going to win.
You think so?
I do.
I'm torn between Michael and Adam.
I think Adam would be my second guess. But genuinely, like, Chris is so weird, and he lives in his own little universe at every second of every day.
I mean, yeah, I think he'll at least last a long time.
Yeah, he'll probably. My guess is he'll be like top 3, but
because I think part of it is I think that everybody's gonna get used to Chris. Everybody's gonna get. He's just gonna keep the weird going, and he's gonna have to keep it up, and he's gonna have to keep ramping it. And people are just gonna get desensitized to whatever Chris is. And
Not
I think
human.
eventually someone's gonna do something that makes him crack.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he'll definitely be at least, well, easily the last half, maybe the last quarter of the people left.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think,
I mean, I'm shocked that Blaine hasn't cracked yet. Like, and he has come dangerously close at times. Like, if you when you're watching, you can see where he's just like he is pulling every muscle in his body to like not smirk, not laugh. He's
yeah.
just you can tell he's kind of dying inside.
What other Rooster Teeth shows have I watched lately? You really do need to watch Face. It's hilarious. Mostly it's Michael being hilarious, an asshole, and just riffing on everything. It's Jordan trying to keep up with it, and Eric trying to keep control of the situation. It's just, I think it's the three of them together. I think is just hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'll
My
listen to it.
opinion.
My concern, is it? So it's mostly that, but like, I'm not all that interested in listening to them just like talk about food either.
It's
Cause
not just, they don't only talk about the food. Like,
okay,
they'll go into the experience of just getting the food, um, which is usually an adventure by itself.
okay,
Um, I don't know. I mean,
I will check it out purely because we generally have pretty decent tastes.
give the first two episodes a listen. If you don't like it,
I'll probably listen to one of the more recent ones.
listen to. There was a really good one. I'll figure out which one you should listen to,
Okay,
and I'll send it to you.
and I will listen to it tomorrow while I'm driving.
Okay.
So Sykes is talking about the food. Are we making you hungry, Syke?
Speaking of food, I bought a new toy that is a kitchen appliance, and that was the most adult thing I've said in a while. Super excited about it.
Okay.
It's like this big around.
That's what
It's a
she said.
little like egg maker.
Oh,
It's an egg
okay.
cooker. One of those little egg cookers.
That's nice.
And it's so I can have, with minimal effort, I can have hard boiled egg in 15 minutes.
Oh, nice.
Um, and they come out perfect.
Damn it. I was really hoping
Like,
you'd say hard.
I mean, they are
That's kind of funny.
how they get the food. I mean, yes, they're talking about food, but I mean, it's more of a gimmick. Like, it was more like they needed something to center the podcast around, and it's Michael, and he likes to eat.
Yes, he does.
Also, them rating the food is it's I don't know. I think it's hilarious.
I mean, I'm willing to give it a listen, so.
You know what? Shut your pie hole.
That's just more food talk.
Intended.
uh,
Someone's got to be Barbara.
it's true.
Oh, have you? Speaking of, did you Have you watched the most recent RT podcast?
I haven't watched the RT podcast. I watched, what was that, RT Inbox or something today, I think. Let me find the right mouse.
There's in the So the most recent RT podcast with Gus, Gavin, John, and Barbara. Gavin says something that's just hilarious
Oh no.
because it's him saying it. I mean, I can spoil it for you if you want me to.
I mean, that's fine.
That's up to you.
I mean, honestly, it's fine because I have a really hard time listening to the Rooster Teeth podcast at times. But I think I want to start listening to what the new one they did a couple weeks ago, where it's actually like kind of the OG podcast crew again.
Oh
Because
yeah.
I miss Bernie.
Is that the? I saw that they did another. It was like we're home now or something like that.
Yeah, it's literally just like it's not video; it's all audio.
I'm gonna have to check that out. I haven't watched that one yet. But no, Barbara and Gavin were talking. Apparently, Barbara finally got Gavin started watching that trash reality TV show, Love Island,
Okay.
and so she was talking about it to him, and so they were talking about it. And in one of the shows, in one of the episodes, um, Gavin was like, "I just don't understand how," because apparently one of he's like, "I don't get this one character, this one gal." Instagram model, super hot, yada yada yada. I just don't get why she keeps going for the this one guy. I mean, he's funny. This Australian guy, he's kind of funny, yada yada yada. And John pipes in. He's just like, "Did you just say you don't know why the hot Instagram model went for the doofy foreign?" Gavin is just like, mind blown. Like, I did just say that. He salutes and goes off screen. He's just like, I'm done.
So this
And he comes
was
back and he's like,
so this is what I saw on the Rooster Teeth subreddit
I
that
have
made
not
me
seen
laugh.
it yet.
You said you have not seen it, or you're not seeing it. If you look at the Discord video
Oh,
feed,
there, I see it now.
yeah, I had to switch back to Opera because it pulls when you pull away focus from it, it doesn't like want to show it. So that's interesting. So yeah, I saw this. Me and my friend before lockdown, me and my friend after lockdown, and I just started laughing because
Oh,
the old
yeah,
man faces.
yep.
So I'm just gonna have to do it like that from here on out, and make sure I hit the right button. Stop streaming the window. There we go. Didn't accidentally finish the video. Because that never happens. God. So yeah, I recommend watching the newest
Uploaded.
RT Life. By the way, that was hilarious.
We go today.
Um, Today's 29th, right? Then yes, it did go up today. It's
Okay,
our
'cause I haven't watched.
our parents try to explain our jobs, and it's
Oh,
gold. Because you get like Blaine's parents, Barbara's parents, Chris's dad, Mariel's mom, one of the other core girls, Jessica Vasami.
you know what's really disappointing about Jessica Fasami?
I really find her attractive.
She has a boyfriend.
She has a
You have
boyfriend?
no. Yeah,
Damn it. I mean, to
he
be
works in. He came on. He was on the last time that Always Open took over their last switch.
Oh, see,
When Always Open was on Off Topic.
and I haven't seen I anything that says off topic I don't watch because that
Why?
every time I try to watch that show it just drives me up the fucking wall and I don't get it.
Why?
I mean, it doesn't make sense
It's
because Barbara's Barbara's Bay, damn you, Trevor. But there's something about that show I just don't like. There's something about Always Open that drives me up the wall, and every time I try to watch it, it just bugs the shit out of me.
I don't know. I like watching Mariel, so
Yeah, and
it's just.
she's got a girlfriend, so. Eh. But I
That's
guess
what
she is
pisses me off
bi,
about.
so.
Is she? I thought she was just straight lesbian.
Is she? Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought she was bisexual, but maybe she's
No,
just
I
straight
think she's
lesbian.
just
Which saying straight lesbian's a really weird way to phrase it.
100% lesbian.
Full on lesbian,
Total lesbian. I don't know.
something like that.
That's what pisses me off about lesbians like that. They're so hot, and I have no chance.
Just
Why
say
do
you
they have to
identify
be
as a
so?
woman.
I mean, see, I think I would have to get um the operation because I think it's a plumbing issue.
Yeah, it's kind of an equipment issue. uh, yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah.
All right. So,
Oh, did you see Ryan's new show?
no, I haven't.
Yes, you need to. You need to. I mean, I don't know what he's going to do with the rest of his episodes, but the first episode is
What's it called?
it's let me find it here. Also, there's a new Seven Wonderings today. It is. Oh, I should probably actually go into Achievement Hunter's channel as opposed to just the main page. It should be on their YouTube channel as well, but ooh, there's a new golf it that came out yesterday for first. Technical difficulties, which is so Ryan.
I think I saw that and I didn't know what it was. I thought it was. I didn't know what it was. So
Yeah, that's the
I glossed
replace.
over it.
That's not the replacement, but the new in season series replacing Ready Set Show.
Hmm.
And it's really good. It's like how to power your devices irresponsibly, and it's so very Ryan.
Oh, okay. I need to watch this. I've
You,
been I've been I've been straying away from YouTube because I'm a first member,
yeah,
and so I might as well be getting the content that I'm paying for.
yeah, like
And
yeah,
and now that they're doing the staggered release with YouTube, I mean, now that I'm caught up with a bunch of things, it's like I don't want to wait for YouTube to catch up.
yeah. Well,
So,
it's funny. So, cause I try to watch as much stuff on their website as possible, but I no longer have YouTube Premium, which I'm fine with because it's like what $16 a month. I'm just like, ouch, that's $16 a month. 16 times 12 is math. Um, but so it's like I watch a lot of stuff on first. So like today, for example, I got home from work and I watched the new release of Gmod, the Yogs cast on YouTube,
mm-hmm.
which I watched last week on this day because obviously it was on first last week. And then tonight I watched the new Gmod on first, and then when it comes on YouTube, I'll watch it on YouTube. But in general, I watch a lot of their YouTube stuff as well because I'm just like, I watch a lot of stuff on First, but there's no autoplay when I Chromecast the videos
Mm-hmm.
to uh, from either my phone or the iPad to the
Yeah.
Chromecast. It doesn't autoplay, so I can't easily fall asleep to it. So I like I put on YouTube and I've just been I just play like their Minecraft series and I just
Mm-hmm.
fall asleep because I think last
Yeah.
night I fell asleep to King Gavin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm better because I'm double supporting them with YouTube ads
I mean,
and with
I'm doing
First,
that too. Well, I'm not supporting them with YouTube ads because I pay for YouTube Premium.
which now I want to know. Grab my
And
phone.
apparently now I'm getting YouTube TV
Oh, really?
because my parents got it,
Oh,
and apparently you can have like 6 accounts on one.
yep. You can have family accounts. That's what I have with my parents.
So I get YouTube TV now. I don't know how much I'll use it, but
I don't use it that much, but it's really nice during sports
mm,
when those exist.
moment of silence.
Um, okay, so 16. It's what 16. It's like 15.99 for YouTube Premium, right? Because I know it's like 15, 16 bucks. It might even be like 18.
I think it's less than that.
No, last time I paid for it, it was like 16 bucks.
I will tell you exactly how much it is.
Let's see who does it first, you or me. Okay, 11.99 a month. So it's
I will tell. I was gonna say I'll tell you exactly how much I'm paying. I'm pulling up the bank statement. 11. Yeah, that sounds right. I was gonna say I thought it was closer to 10.
so $12 a month. So let's just round that penny up. Say it's $12 a month. 12 times 12 is
144.
$144 a year.
Yeah, but I watch so much YouTube. Like, pretty much YouTube is on if I'm home, and now that I'm home all the time.
I mean, I understand that. And I like YouTube Premium as well. Because, like, there are times when I could, I just, like, put it on my iPad and I go outside and then I come back in and I just, like, close my iPad and it plays in the background, which I love that. But also at, like, 12 bucks a month,
Yeah.
when
See, I
I'm
also
already
use
paying for
the
First, it's just kind of like, eh.
yeah.
I'd rather support my
Well, see,
favorite content creators just via ads.
yeah, Rooster Teeth isn't the only thing I watch on YouTube either.
Yeah.
Like, I've got a lot of other YouTubers that I follow.
You don't follow me.
I'll get there. I was thinking about that last week. I need to do that.
Yes, you do.
Um, yeah, I mean, there's other YouTubers that I follow that are just on YouTube. Um, other YouTube channels, CinemaSins, um, my other, my atheist YouTubers. Um, we won't talk about that. What else do I watch? I've been trying to watch Power Rangers Hyperforce. It's really hard though,
Yeah.
because it's canon, but it's so I want to get through it, but it's tabletop. It's a tabletop format,
Okay.
but it's not D&D, and it's like a custom system, and the system makes no sense,
Mm,
which I could probably get over that. So the DM is just, I hate listening to her. She's just meh.
that's fair.
So, but I mean,
Like
I mean, like,
for YouTube myself, it's mostly Let's Play, Rooster Teeth, Achievement Hunter, Markiplier, Unis Honest,
Unis Honest.
Game Theorist, GT Live, basically, are like my 7 mains. They really fairly religiously watch their stuff. Although I admit I'm behind on Unis Honest, but that's mostly because, like, when I watch Unis Honest, it's not background noise. It is, like, 1000% focused. So, like,
yeah, I think I'm like 3 or 4 days behind.
So I might try to watch some of that.
See, I also use YouTube Music.
Yeah.
Um.
Hey, Psych watches Unis. Good. I mean, I still would have loved you, Psych, even if you didn't, but...
Hey, we should, Oh, no, never mind. I was thinking of something else. But, yeah, no, I listen to YouTube Music in my car. That's pretty much all I listen to now. So, I mean, I guess I'm getting my money's worth.
Yeah, I mean, if you're getting your money's worth, that's the... I mean, honestly, that's the important part.
I mean, what I pay for and rarely use now is Pandora. I still pay for that.
Yeah,
and it's been a hot minute.
God, yeah. I'm fortunate. Like, so, for better or for worse, I'm not I wasn't lucky enough to be grandfathered into Verizon Unlimited. Like some of us.
I'm still. That ended.
Oh, that ended? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that ended. So, like, I'm paying for the unlimited, and when I switched over from like my 4 gigs a month to unlimited, um, they were having this promotion. It's like, switch over to unlimited and get 12 months of Apple Music on us. And I was like, yes, because I was already paying for Apple Music anyway. And yeah, I raised my cell phone bill, but I also eliminated $10 a month.
Yeah.
So it's not exactly a wash, but it's kind of a wash.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that ended a while ago. So now I'm paying for unlimited. So, but I also technically have 2 lines.
Oh yeah.
So.
Okay, so I'm gonna. Hopefully this works. I'm gonna try to do a preview of. So remember how the other night I was telling you how I was doing keyframes in LumaFusion and editing my Portal video. So I got it finished, and technically it's uploaded to YouTube. It's just private.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna screen share it because I want to show you it because I'm super proud of it, and I think you'll like it.
Okay.
I feel pretty confident you'll like it.
Wait a second.
Okay, if you have to pull your window full screen, do what you gotta do, yo. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay, go ahead.
You did it. The weighted companion cube certainly brought you good luck. However, it cannot accompany you for the rest of the test and, unfortunately, must be euthanized. Please escort your companion cube to the Aperture Science Emergency Intelligence Incinerator.
You might have to start it over.
Like, I might need to start over.
My
Oh, did your video cut?
it's taking a second to catch up.
Okay.
Try it again.
Oh, my PC is not doing too hot. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, it skipped 16% over the last few minutes. Okay. Well,
If you send me the link to it.
Yeah, I'll send you a link to it.
I can watch it even if it's if you send me the link in Messenger, I can still watch even if it's still private.
Yeah.
I think. If you send me the direct link, something like that.
I'll do that.
Because that's what we did for one of my classes. He had us upload it to YouTube, keep it private, and then just send him the direct link so he can watch.
Weird. I don't know why I'm suddenly getting that red status bar issue. Huh. But yeah, so I've got the link. I'll send it to you in Messenger. It's around the 46-minute mark.
46?
Yeah.
Okay, this is how this is going to go. I'm going to mute my microphone.
Oh no, don't mute your microphone. I need to hear your reaction. There we go. I got it. It's back to green. My PC's no longer angry. I wonder if I could. Oh no, that'll make the MacBook chug.
Oh.
Oh,
No.
definitely it's been trying to encode too much.
It won't let me watch it.
Really?
Never mind. It says this video is private.
Let me go to unlisted. That might work. Save. Try it again.
Here we go.
It was definitely trying to encode too much.
You said 46-minute mark?
Yeah, it was about the 46-minute mark. Let's see here. I'm gonna close out of some apps. Just not Discord. I need to.
So what am I looking for?
It's right around euthanizing the companion cube. I should have taken a better look at the time frame. Wrong fucking mouse.
Oh, I should play through Portal 2 again.
Right? That's...
Like Portal to Portal 2.
I just skipped more frames. What the... What is the issue here? Oh, I bet it's fucking Opera. Close Opera. Oh, and I still haven't tried, what was that app? The browser that you wanted me to watch. Oh, whatever. I'll check it out later. Let me see. Learn more. Ooh, that would be the wrong account. So I'd like to say hi to our third viewer. I know we're kind of at a lull right now, but if you want to chat, we'd love to interact, love to talk about whatever the hell you want to talk about as well. So feel free. I'm just showing Splashly a video that is going to be going live on YouTube on my channel here in the next day or two, I think. Which, if you want to know what the YouTube channel is, Shadoink?
You said I'm looking for when you...
It's right around the time of euthanizing the companion cube. Why did Nightbot not do its thing? Let me see. It may have been around the 40-minute mark. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's probably about the 38, 39-minute mark. If you really want, you could go about at 38:03, I think, and you're going to be in decent shape.
I'm at 37:13. I think that's as close as I'm gonna get.
Okay. And then I'm going to figure out why Nightbot did not do what it's supposed to do in chat. While we wait. God, what the fuck? Psych, help. Weird. Makes me sad we can't hear Splashly very well.
I haven't said anything.
Oh, okay. I will admit.
So you're talking about.
What were you saying?
The overlay over the companion cube.
Yes.
It was fantastic.
I'm very proud of myself for that. That's the first time I was like editing. I was just like, I actually laughed out loud while I was watching the finished product, and I was like, yes, I'm proud of me.
That was excellent.
Yeah. Oh. Yep. So. Holy crap! It's 11:07, and we've been going at it for about an hour and a half. So this is about as long as I think we should go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is a good.
I think hour and a half's a pretty decent time. I mean, we could probably go a little less, but again, we're still in pre-alpha, so.
Yeah. I think 9 is a good time frame.
Yeah. Cool. Well, this is going to be the time we're going to work on a send-off. Yeah, so send-offs.
Oh, do I have to come up with a clever send-off?
I mean, you don't have to. I mean, honestly, the best send-offs come off kind of naturally. But I figure we need to figure out a way to just at least close out things normally. We could just go without being ourselves and be awkward about it until we figure it out. True.
No, you hang up first. No, you hang up.
No, you hang up first. You're so cute.
Oh my god.
I swear, I think that boy likes me for who I am and not because I have 36 triple D's. Love is at first sight, guys. I swear.
Oh, we're gonna push this a few more minutes. I remembered something.
Okay.
Speaking of Rooster Teeth, so started talking to a girl on one of the dating apps. Judge me.
I won't.
And on one of my pictures is the picture of me with Ray. And she basically starts the conversation with, I see you've met Ray, you lucky turd. And then, so it's like, so you watch Rooster Teeth stuff? And she's like, yeah, Ray and Achievement Hunter are my favorites. So we talked about
Nice.
Achievement Hunter for a good, yeah. Oh, yes, winning.
Start saving up for the ring.
Yeah.
Right. It's all good. I understand. I'm like, yeah, I don't even know where I'm at on that, because there are some days where I'm just kind of like, I just kind of want, I don't know. I'm always in one of three phases. I'm totally content where I'm at, and I'm, just wanting to get myself better established career wise, whether, however that presents itself.
Yeah.
So, that's I figure that's a couple years. Then there's phase 2, which is like, I really miss having someone around. And then there's phase 3 of, I'm freaking horny as shit. Which you can manage 3.
You can. We got some good suggestions for that.
I know you do. 2 is a little rougher, because that's generally where, like, if I'm, if, like, say, the weather's gloomy or something and I'm having one of those days, it kind of all piles it.
Yeah.
But, like, I generally, from day to day, kind of just, I'm mostly 1. That's good.
Well, I know what I'm doing tonight.
Yeah, apparently I do too. Making eye contact with Psych. Hey, buddy. Want to watch Scarlett Johansson eat hot wings together? But yeah. So I'm always in one of those 3 phases, and for the most part, I'm at 1, because, like, I'm just, yeah, like.
I mean, I think those.
But isn't saying that admitting it, basically?
You just admitted it.
I've watched that more than I'll admit. That's admitting it. You've watched it way too much. But anyway, yeah, like, I'm mostly at 1, and it's like, whatever way I can get more established in a career-wise, I want to do. He's got a point there.
Yeah, but now I'm just going to assume it's some stupid large amount.
Yeah. It requires
you're giving me room to assume, and I'm not going to be nice about it.
This is true. Never give Anthony / SirSplashley room to assume.
Is that my real name?
Well, in the overlay, your real name's going to be there too.
Fair enough.
Because again,
real name Ashley.
Real name, handle, socials.
It's a girl's name. It's originally a boy's name. Ashley is a boy's name.
I know. Sure. I tried to be nice.
In England, it's a boy's name.
Is Ashley a boy's name in England?
Yes.
Okay.
Look it up.
I'll look it up then.
It's like Kelly and Terry. I'm actually related to a guy named Stacy.
Oh, his poor childhood.
Right. What were we talking about? Oh, those 3 phases. Yeah, I think those 3 phases are pretty much normal, except I'm usually in
phase 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One is the. Yeah. Yeah. Usually 3. No, I usually, if I'm in stage 3, it usually doesn't last very long. I usually take care of it pretty quickly.
Oh, that doesn't. I mean, there's a blue pill joke to be made in there somewhere, or some
I
sort of
mean,
pharmaceutical help joke to be made.
I mean, I can last quite a while.
I know,
Thank you, antidepressants.
right? I feel the same way, except when I'm taking them.
I'm happy. It doesn't work anymore.
I mean, it works. It just takes unbearably long for it to work.
Either way too long, or you just have to let it happen really quick. And
Yep.
anyways,
Yep. Been there. Got the stained T-shirt.
yep.
But yeah, so
Yeah, I'm usually in phase 2, to be totally honest.
yeah, I'm
But for like the right person. Like, if I'm with the wrong person, I'm like, no, no.
yeah. Yeah, see, like I'm in phase 1 and there are definitely some people I know that there's some individuals at work that I'm like you'd be nice for stage 2 and stage 3. But then I kind of get back to this point like today where it's like there's someone who we have some shared interests and she's very attractive. And it's like, yeah, and I kind of go, but I'm not really ready for that yet. Like,
Yeah.
it's just one of those weird things where it's like, I'm not. Oh, God, how do you put it? In some ways, I'm not over the past to keep it
Yeah.
vaguish. But in some ways, like, I kind of am too. And I'm just kind of like, I'm happy, like, being single.
Yeah.
I'm relatively
See,
happy being single.
I'm mostly happy. So I think my biggest issue is one, I mean, we're both nerds, and I'm very nerdy in certain ways um, that will take the right person to, at the very least, tolerate and let me do me.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, past people have actually looked down on my enjoyment of Power Rangers, not to name names, but you know who I'm talking about. And that obsession has only gotten worse as time has gone on.
I'm looking down on you. Just kidding.
Hey, I learned some sign language.
Yep.
But I think my biggest hang up is I wanna I wanna skip the getting to know someone phase. Like I want to skip straight to the we know each other, we're comfortable with each other phase of a relationship. I don't want to do the whole figuring that part out.
Yeah. And I think that's
So
fair. I'm I'm somewhere. I mean, God, I'm still figuring out how I do that because it's kind of like because I think you're always kind of learning about that person, like in any situation. Like that's just my particular opinion. This is like you're gonna like let's say you find your lifelong partner, for lack of a better way of putting it.
mhm.
Like you're still going to be learning stuff about them, but yeah,
Right.
there is that second phase of where you know enough about each other and you're more comfortable. So I get that. So yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, I I'm definitely at the point where I'm like, the second time around is going to be, I shouldn't say more picky because that's a slippery slope because you can be picky to the point of shallowness. And I know we've talked about this before,
Yeah.
but like it's definitely being
I
picky
mean, I think
on that level of geekiness that you talked about.
yeah. Personally, I think shallowness only comes into play if you're being overly picky about physical appearance, and
You know, my next wife needs to be
hobbies.
here.
Um,
I can't do dad jokes on demand. I'm not a video like that.
um, but no, like if you're being picky about like personality traits, I don't, I wouldn't call that shallow because if your personalities aren't compatible, then
Yeah.
then you are just doing it for the body, to
Oh
put
yeah.
it simply, and that I would call shallow.
Yeah. And we both know I expect my next wife to be about 5'2", 5'3", 90 pounds, triple D's. I'm just kidding. I don't even
So she's
know.
gonna need a walker to stand up.
Yeah, basically.
Jesus,
I
5'2", 90 pounds. Her boobs are gonna be bigger than her head.
mean, yeah,
Like I'm a boob guy, but that's just absurd.
that is absurd.
They've got to at least be proportional.
Yeah.
I will admit, in terms of physical appearance, um, I have a type. I have what I like, and past relationships, I would say that is probably, if I'm being honest with myself, my type. Um, our personalities did not mix very well at all.
At times they did, but at times they most
At
certainly did not.
times, yeah.
And to be fair, you're never going to find a 100% perfect
No, you're
personality
not.
match,
That's
but there is that level of
some people
compatibility.
believe you can.
You know, those people
Probably.
are single forever. Or actually, that may not be true because I'm sure they find their person, but I don't know. I'm just one of those guys that I'm like, the grass is never greener on the other side.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. It is what it is.
yeah, and I think next time around is definitely a big personality is going to be incredibly important because, like, for example, something like this, like, you know, with luck, a lot of luck, you know, it's one of those positions where it's like, you know, you need to understand that this is, I mean, at the very least, before I go onto the luck spectrum, at the very least, it's one of those things you need to understand that, first of all, A, I have a kid. You need to be comfortable with that. If you're not, okay, bye.
Yeah.
Two, um, two, like what we're doing like tonight or and what I do on you and what I do with YouTube and Twitch is like that's something that in the past like what month and a half or two I have found myself absolutely thoroughly enjoying even on the days where depression is right there and fairly full force,
Yeah.
you know, because it's fun and I'm building this channel based off the fact that things like mental health are incredibly important and I want to build a community that cares about each other on the mental health aspect in addition with what I think are the three key things to being a human being: love, respect, empathy. You know,
Yeah.
and that's something I want to be doing, you know, for a long time, whether I'm making money off of it or not. You know, with luck, it's one of those things where I make money, I get to do this full time and build a community. But even if that does exist, you know, I find I get to a place with a full time job and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
that is my primary income source, and I'm still able to do this on more of a part time basis kind of dealio.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
so at the very least, you know, person number two needs to understand that this is something that is part of my DNA on some levels.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that applies to anybody. Because like there's a lot of hobbies that I have that are me.
Yeah.
Like my Legos, Power Rangers, like, yeah, you can see them as childish, but there's a lot of adults that are into those, and you can be, I mean, it's like any other media. And so, I mean, if you think those things are dumb or childish, I'm probably not going to date you because I'm granted, I'm not sitting and like playing with things. It's mostly collection based, but it's still.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I have like a Power Rangers board game. It's fairly complicated, but it has a huge following now.
Yeah.
Um,
And I think,
so I, yeah,
yeah. So, yeah, I agree that's important. I think, certainly, I know with me and my personality in my life, the trick is always balancing everything.
yeah,
Because, example, right now at home, it's like, basically, it's like, work full time, work part time, do this, kid, the balance isn't quite there. And I'm working on getting better in terms of balance, in terms of prioritizing like things like home upkeep and that kind of stuff, which is
yeah,
why I'm not gonna stream on the weekends unless it's a super duper bonus stream, basically,
yeah,
because I use that time either like this weekend I've got Dez, so I won't, like, Saturday when I get done with work at 1, I'm gonna come home, take a nap, go over to my parents, get him, and then we'll spend the rest of the night together. And then Sunday I'm off, at least until 5:30, and then I'll spend that time hanging out with him, and I'm sure I'll read him a book, and he'll play with the game, and I'll probably play like Final Fantasy 7 or Spider-Man or Rocket League, and we'll hang out together, and I'll pay attention to him, but I'll also kind of have my fun relaxing too, and
yeah,
hopefully while he naps I can get some cleaning done or something like that. But most of my cleaning gets done on the weekends where I don't have Dez.
yeah. And you'll find that balance.
Yeah,
It's a process.
it is a
So
process.
I've also noticed when it comes to dating at our age is kind of set. Everyone our age is kind of, we have a rhythm. We're set in our ways. Like I have a certain way I like things.
Yep.
We each do, and it's just so it's that really awkward process of getting those things together with two people.
Yep.
Not like that. Well,
A little bit like that.
yeah, that can be awkward too.
God, yes. I mean, yeah, yeah. Because at that point, you're learning each other's preferences on
So, yeah, that's
that
another.
level.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, that's a whole extra complication.
See, and that's another thing. Like I
Oh.
know a lot of people, and it should be right. I know a lot of people like be honest, be open with what you like in the bedroom, and it's like I know I can do that. Like I know I could tell you this is what I like, this is what I don't like, but when you basically have it figured out with someone else, I just don't want to go through that again.
Yeah.
I want to skip to the part where,
You know what gets each other freaky?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But but yeah, even just getting normal life to mesh up.
Yeah. And I think that's the big. Yeah. I. Ooh, the, again, there are going to be some. There's probably some nights where I'm much closer to phase 3 where I definitely feel that way. And I'm like, okay, I need someone who, likes X, Y, and Z. And I'm kind of going, I don't think I necessarily need someone who likes X, Y, and Z, at least X and Y, or something like that. But like,
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, full. Oh, let me think of a way to phrase this very delicately. And this is going to be dead silence because I've got to figure out a good way to phrase this that's not going to make me cringe, but it's kind of cringy as it is. Basically, um, basically, when was that? Thanks, Psych.
I agree with Psych.
And you're not wrong. I mean, basically, it's like, with my ex, it's like we never got to that point where we understood what made each other tick in the bedroom. We got close to it at times, but it was never completely there, if that makes sense at all.
Yeah.
So you need to look at your mentions in Mod Talk Splashly on the server.
In Mod Talk?
Yes. Oh my Lanta. That moment when that's not even awkward. I think they fell in love.
Looking at.
Oh, once you click into the GIF, you'll know what you're looking at.
As soon as it loads. Yeah, no, me and my ex, we had gotten there. Like, it was, not to share too much. I guess nobody that she talks to is on here anyways. Do I care? I don't care who knows that we did it.
To be fair, it's not like that's news to me, so.
That's true. I mean, we had figured that out. That was about all that we had figured out, sadly. I mean, we had our moments when our personalities got along, but
yeah,
you try that one too many times, and it's not loading. Load! God damn it! Hold on.
And it is appropriate for the topic at hand, and they're easy on the eyes, but rarely are people in the topic. Yeah. I gotta wait for Splashly so I can actually.
I need to fucking see it. There we go.
I'm not gonna lie, that's a gift that gets you borderline phase 3.
Oh, there was full on.
Oh yeah, she knows that size. She's like, okay, I know about what cup you are, and
Someone's meeting someone else in the locker room later.
Right? Like I said, it looks to me like they fell in love.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the girl on the bottom looked like she enjoyed that quite a lot. Mod Talk. Jesus.
That's a dad joke comic right there. I cannot stop watching this GIF. I mean, that's okay. So now that you've seen the GIF, rarely are, honest to God, rarely are women who play or have played volleyball not easy on the eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Especially at the level it looks like they're playing.
You know who else is easy on the eyes?
Scarlett Johansson.
Well, gymnasts.
Yeah, gymnasts are easy on the eyes. That's for darn sure. And they're flexible too.
So, oh yeah. So I've been watching through old Power Rangers, trying to catch up on that. Amy Jo Johnson. Oh.
Yeah, that was like, I think that's the first ever crush I ever had.
Oh yeah. Who's your first? Yeah. First celebrity crush.
Oh
Amy
yeah.
Jo.
And I remember. Oh, that's phase 3. That's phase 3 material right there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Margot Robbie's the only reason
I'm
to
sure
watch
there's a Rule
Wolf of Wall
34
Street.
of it.
Oh, I'm sure there is. Deep fakes exist, right?
Yep.
Anyway. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. So OG Power Rangers, Amy Jo Johnson, right? So
in the show, when they filmed that, she was like 24. So me ogling her is not that.
No, it's not weird at all.
I mean, she's supposed to be playing a high schooler, but they're all like 20.
Oh God, they were all in their mid-20s.
Yeah, she was so. Oh my God.
But so,
anyways,
I don't think I've ever told you the story, but maybe I have. So you know, the Power Rangers once came through to Des Moines back. I think it was like 90. Would have been 94, 95, something like that.
So right when they started.
Yeah. It hit, it was like right at the peak of its popularity. There was like some con or something going on in old vet Memorial Center, right? And the Power Rangers were there. My parents took me. I got to hug. She was in her Pink Ranger costume, but I got to hug the Pink Ranger as like a 8-year-old, not even 8, like 6, 7-year-old kid who's like, she's really attractive. I like her. Which, for what it's worth, that's a really weird age to realize that, okay, maybe not in 2020, but it's still weird when you think about it. It's like, I wasn't that old, and yet, I mean, that's childhood. That's like crush right there. And you're just like...
So what you just told me was the story of your first boner.
Quite possibly. I don't recall that happening, but it's quite possible. But I also saw your face when I told you that. I also saw your face when I told you that, and I realized I have not told you that story before because that was a look of a little bit of jealousy, sir.
Oh, it was a lot of jealousy.
Which was it? Was it the Red or the Green Ranger that was hitting that during the show?
Green Ranger.
Yeah. Which, salute to you, sir.
Yeah. Although the second Pink Ranger was pretty attractive too.
I haven't seen anything outside of the original series. Well, maybe I think I saw a bit of the second series. I think. But yeah. We are
over 2 hours.
We are over 2 hours. Which, I mean, is fine. We caught a second stride on some level, but...
Yeah.
I also have part-time job tomorrow morning at 10:30, and Des will be waking up around 7 to 7:30ish. So
you should go to bed.
I should go to bed. So, again, this is a time where we work on send-offs.
Yep.
It also doesn't help. This water bottle was full at the beginning, and it's no longer full. But you can guess what now is full. So
someone's gotta pee.
So my legs are crossed.
Oh, quick question before we go. Am I a mod on the Discord channel?
You should be a mod. If you're not, I can fix that.
I haven't looked. So
nope.
I tried it.
Nope, you're not a bot.
Because if I'm going to record audio, then I'm gonna probably... Oh.
Too late.
Come over here and I'll earn it. uh, 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 um, I've got some not safe for work texts that I got
Oh, did you really?
about my performance recently.
Oh, that's cute.
I have actual confirmation that. Shut up. Yes, I am.
To be fair, he said he always hovers around stage 2 and stage 3.
It also didn't help that I was looking at one of my other Discord channels that I'm part of that is very not safe for work.
Oh dear.
And there were some very well drawn pictures of Jesse and Tifa
Oh yeah. Yeah.
that were not entirely close.
Yeah.
But I have confirmation that I know what I'm doing with my tongue, so Sag just needs to get over here. And I'll show him what a power bottom really is. I'll earn that mod. I was in the Navy. You can't play games with me.
Yeah. He was in the Navy, so, you know, they got nothing to do on a ship full of seamen.
It's true.
There's a reason why the Village People have a song called In the Navy.
Yep. Hey, it's not gay if you're underway.
Yep. Yeah, so
On that note,
we have been 2D's and 1V.
Thanks, well, to all of our future listeners.
Yeah, and so we'll leave it at that. So again, hi and bye. I'm Michael.
I'm Anthony.
Oh no, psych.
Oh.
Oh, on that note, he's Anthony, I'm Michael. We've been 2D's and 1V. We'll see you next week. Okay, bye.